When I say cross-training, do you think of riding a bike, doing like indoor cycling or Peloton? Do you think of taking a walk? What do you consider to be cross-training? For me, for a really long time, I thought, okay, well, yeah, that means I need to get on the bike. I need to do something that's developmentally good for my aerobic system and just not hard on my legs. I've been trying this year to, or at least this marathon training cycle, to mental necessity of cross training because, like, honestly, I don't really want to ride a bike. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love cycling. I really enjoy it. I have more bikes than I need. But I also don't want to do it when I spend 8.5 hours running already. I think there's a really big benefit to cross training with things that like spark joy. Instead of trying to do those things that are traditionally thought of as being cross training for running purposes, I've been trying to do things that give you a little bit more lateral movement. So like parallel movement is when you're, just your legs are running, we're just going straight. We're not really doing anything, side to side, bounding, nothing like that. You're just going straight. Cycling's that way. Swimming is basically that way. Running is that way. So they all are good in that they work similar muscles, but what I wanted to do was actually something completely different and work more of the lateral movement. So what I started doing is going down to the local middle school after it closes and shooting hoops. I'm not getting good at basketball. I played it when I was in elementary school, and that was about it for my basketball career. But it's something I haven't done in forever, and I thought it would be fun. Like, why not? I like to think of my cross-training day as a day where I need to get out, I need to move. It's good for me as a human being to go outside and get some fresh air if that's possible. It shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be something that makes you happy. I'm gonna take you with me. We're gonna play a little bit of Frogger and then head on over to the basketball court. So, see you then.
Grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be.
So I have walked maybe half a mile over to the middle school courts, and both of my calves feel like they are going to die. And I can tell that we're going to be taking today very slowly and letting a lot of balls roll a long way before I make it to them.
Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it.
I just got done playing. It's probably out here for an hour. Definitely feel looser. I am better at shooting a basketball now than I was before, which is a valuable life skill. I head back to the house and talk a little bit more about the best ways to optimize or not optimize your cross-training days. I want to look at rest days from maybe a framework of a few different kinds of runners. So the first one, let's say you're coming back from injury. You're running lower mileage than you ordinarily would at full strength, and you're maybe taking more rest days than you normally would in a training program. That kind of runner could probably benefit from a little bit more activity on their rest days than someone some of the other runners that we'll talk about later. So I would say definitely the aerobic adaptation part of cross-training, the similar stuff that we've talked about where it's running is similarly aerobic to cycling and even kind of swimming. So cycling and swimming would probably be good for this particular runner. It doesn't have that impact stress, but it still helps you out aerobically, which is important when you're getting back to running. I know that coming back from injury can be difficult. You can feel really slow for a long time. So getting a little bit of extra aerobic impact might help you, if not get back up to full speed faster, at least feel like you're doing something to get back up to full speed faster. Another alternative for this runner would be to do walks. Walking is great. Walking helps with the motions. It helps get you loose a little bit. If you consciously keep it slow, then it can really be a beneficial part of a rest day for someone who is coming back from injury. The next type of runner to talk about is someone who's in a base training phase. So maybe you've finished your goal race for the spring or the fall pretty recently, you've come back, you've kind of ramped back up to whatever your base mileage is. Perhaps you're actually trying to increase that base mileage a little bit in preparation for going after another longer distance later in the year. Rest days should be fewer for this runner in terms of comparison to maybe the injured runner who's coming back. That means that you probably want to have a little less stress on the rest day than you are for that injured runner because you have fewer of them and you kind of need it to be a more restful day for you so that you can recover from the base training stress. So as long as you're within your normal running bounds, I think it's okay to maybe add a little extra activity in on your rest day in terms of that kind of aerobic helpfulness, but I think it can be easy to get out of hand on that because you're not pushing all that much during your run. So I think it's okay to try some extra aerobic work, but for this kind of runner, this base training phase, you really want to make sure you're not overdoing it. The last type of runner I want to talk about rest days for is the one that I currently am right now, which is someone who is deep into marathon training and really pushing it during the week up to that line that you really don't want to cross where you start getting worn down. There have been days during this cycle where I have felt good on my rest day. Those are the days when I would go out, take a longer walk, go out and play basketball like we did today. Whatever made me happy that wasn't really high stress at all. Earlier on in the training cycle, I did a couple of weeks where I got on the bike trainer and just spun. And I think the activity that you choose, as long as it's not high impact like running, really comes down more to how your mental state is. I'm choosing very low impact things. I'm choosing things that make me happy rather than things that necessarily relate to running at all. At this point in training, whatever keeps me mentally engaged is what I need to be doing. My main takeaway for you is that it's important to diversify. It's important to refresh yourself, and taking your mental load and mental exhaustion into account with your training and with your rest days is the best way that you can ensure that you're able to continue training at whatever level that you want to train at for a long period of time. And training at a consistent, regular rate is the best way to get running improvements. If this video was helpful for you, or if you're kind of just, piqued your interest, I would love for you to subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever. It does help the channel grow, and I'd like for the channel to grow. I think it would be cool. If you didn't, let me know what you didn't like about it. I'd love the feedback. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.